All right, welcome to our latest Swampcast. Of course, we are here at Vanderbilt's football field. You can see it right behind us. The game's long been over. Florida Gators win 31-17. Wasn't over really, Robbie, until they dropped the touchdown pass in the end zone.
Yeah, closing.
Because they could still get an onside kick and go down and tie the game.
But is Jeff Driscoll still running on the sideline for a touchdown?
I think so. I tell
Amazing
you,
performance.
I wrote in my column. I think that was he set the school record for most rushing yards by a quarterback, broke Tim Tebow's record. He also broke the record for the fastest 70-yard dash by a quarterback. Because, I mean, he was just flying down the field.
And the most yards rushing without getting touched.
Yes.
And he said after the game that Vanderbilt wanted to stop Gillisley. They saw him run for 146 against LSU. Their goal was stop him. They did. But Driscoll said left all kinds of openings on that read option. There were running lanes, and Vanderbilt never went away from them. They never figured out. They never keyed on Driscoll. They keyed on Gillisley, and they burned them.
The one time they did key on Driscoll's when they got it down there and they ran the first play, but that was the last time they did. You know, again, Florida, this is what your team is. They're a flawed team.
They're tough, all tough. But like Jeremy Foley said before the press conference, all you want to do is get out of here with a win no matter how you do it, and that's what they did.
And that's what I wrote. All that matters is you're 6-0. Your team's 6-0. Yeah, should they have had 13 guys on the field off a timeout? No, that's ridiculous. But should they have, Trey Burton have dropped 2 passes like he did?
And jump on one where you didn't have to?
Yeah, I mean, there are things that still leave you scratching your head, but you're 6-0, and that's all that matters. Style points are for sissies. And the bottom line is this team keeps finding ways to win games. Tonight, the special teams, who haven't done anything all year except for the kickers, were just amazing. You
the
get
fake
the 2
punt
point,
was
the fake punt, the blocked field goal.
Yeah.
Because, you know, Vandy goes right down the field. And I will say this, I think Florida's defense played its worst game tonight.
They didn't seem on their game at all, especially in the fourth quarter. They got pushed around and gave up a bunch of yards.
And again, missing Jelani Jenkins, missing Dominic Easley. I think we see how important Easley is to that defensive line.
And missing 3 starting offensive linemen for a lot of the game. So, you know, it's pretty amazing that they've been able to sustain these injuries and keep going and keep winning.
Well, and they had some injuries we didn't know about. Dominic Easley apparently felt something in his knee, and it swelled up on him Wednesday in practice. James Wilson got hit and he poked in the eye Wednesday in practice. So all of a sudden they show up here with so few players, and Jonathan Harrison hurt his arm. Who knows how bad
Xavier
that
Nixon had an upper body injury of some sort.
Is.
So, yeah, it was like man up, man down, man up. So that's what they're going by.
And they hung in there and they won the game, which is all that really matters. So we'll see. Next week is going to be interesting because, you know, we don't know how many of these injuries are going to be serious enough to keep them out.
He said Wilson should be back early in the week, they're hoping. I think they're hopeful that Easley will be back. But I don't know about Harrison. They don't know a whole lot about him or Nixon, so we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what they've got, and whatever they have, they'll
go with it and play as good as they can.
And we'll see what happens there. You know, obviously this is a team that, as we said, finds different ways to win the games. And like I said, tonight, the defense I thought was awful. The special teams come up big. The passing game is non-existent.
Yeah.
And the running game, you know, Gillisley, for all as much as they come from him, he averaged 3.9 a rush, which is not bad.
No, not bad at all. But one special team's play we overlooked was Andre DeBose's kickoff return.
Oh yeah, huge.
60 yards that came after they kicked the field goal.
Well, this is what I wrote in my column, Robbie. You know, my mantra in college football is a handful of plays and a handful of games.
Yeah.
Well, there was a big old handful of big plays for Florida, and they made just enough to win. And like Will said after the game, he goes, you know, you look at Texas A&M, you look at Tennessee, you look at this game, the road games. We go on the road, won all those games. You flip those, and we don't make those plays, and we lose. And guess what? I'm not a good coach.
Yeah, like last year, they had a handful of plays in those games, except for the 2 elite teams they played against. They could have won them, but they didn't get the plays. They didn't win. This year, they're making them, and they're 6-0 for the first time since 2009.
And it's a great group of Gators here. There's a lot of people, a lot of Florida fans here, and I gotta say, I told you guys this is my favorite trip. It's lived up to it.
It's been a good time.
Hotel room to press box, 8 minutes today. You can't beat that.
Yeah.
Especially when you've been.
If not for a slow elevator, it would have been less than 5.
That's right. So. Yeah, exactly. All right, that's going to do it. Next time we come at you, we'll be previewing the game between the Gators and the mighty Gamecocks. In fact, we're going to watch the last 3 or 4 minutes of that game as well. But we'll see you next time here. We are Pat Dooley. No, we are. I am.
You are.
You are. I'm Robbie Andrew of the Gainesville Sun saying so long from Nashville, Tennessee.